on to predictability. The milkman, the paper boy, eating MTV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a love of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
Metalheads!
Hey. So apparently Chris is backstage in another
show.
episode.
Oh, is that what happened?
I think that happened. Yeah, that was with maybe that original link we sent to Lee that was on that other show.
Hey, what a cool concept, though. He's in a past show. Chris is live on a show that happened a week ago.
That's true.
It is. There's like some Doc Brown shit.
Somebody send him a new link. He's stuck.
I did.
He's
I
stuck.
messaged
Back to
that's
the
what I was
Future.
doing just now. I was
All right,
messaging him. I'm
Megan
like,
sent him a new link. You're good. We'll get you on here. We'll get Chris on here. We were going to do the ads at the end of the show, but maybe we'll run them here at the beginning real quick. But Hails chat, thank you guys for coming. Chris is here. He's somewhere in the void of StreamYard. We will find him, and we will fucking rip him back into the studio over here as soon as we get a chance. You know how this StreamYard works. StreamYard does weird shit to us every week. I sent Lee a fresh link from this thing, and he was in the past last week.
There he is.
I just saw it. Hails, Chris. Odin's son, welcome. Frazier.
Give me a
Kate,
second
welcome.
here. I want to get his link
Shout out. Who we got here? Joe Franzinelli, Flat Brims Prez, Bruce Taylor, Bob Kelly, welcome. Go ahead, Lee.
What?
Chris!
Hey, Chris.
Oh, look.
Good to see you all.
What was the past like, Chris?
Yeah, how was it in the past?
Yeah.
In the past, where I missed that one.
You were in the past show. We wanted to go back to that show to pick where you are up. That would have been a fucking awesome concept.
If you say so, Lee. I haven't got a clue what you people got in store for me. I kind of like going into this blindly because I don't know what this is going to be about. So this is really, it's good for me. For once, I didn't have to prepare. I just kind of show up and say, hey, and whatever comes off my head comes off my head, I guess. Good to see everybody.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thanks for the invite, everybody.
Absolutely. Well, we can sort of let some of the cat out of the bag now. I mean, I did tease it in the Thursday teaser. Yeah, in this first hour, we're going to travel back through time, kind of like Lee was mentioning there at the start. And we're going to go back to the origins of Goreaphobia, if you will. And we're going to kind of ask you questions, Lee, myself, Megan, the chat, of what you would do if you were to start Goreaphobia again today, right now.
Wow.
Right? And I have 3 questions to not hog the questions. I know Megan's got a few. So that's what we'll do in the first hour. So chat, get your questions ready. Miss A will submit your questions to Chris. And right. That's going to be the first hour. So get ready. I know you got a ton of, and please feel free. That's what I want you to do. I was just going to say, Chris, be as descriptive as possible and as much as you'd like, okay?
Holy dog shit, okay.
All right. Hails Jeremy, Torso Heap in the chat. Another legendary metal musician. Grant is in here. Hails Grant.
Hello,
Grant's
everybody.
a good dude. Welcome.
Speaking of Torso Heap, I put the whole EP online on my YouTube channel last night. So, and it's on the Torso Heap channel also. So go check that out. It's finally digital. I did it.
Well,
go check it out.
What a great record head you are, hey, for like releasing it and then just going, you know what, we could do it digitally, but
I'm going to send everyone over to Megan's channel. Yeah, I'm going to send it. We're sharing the YouTube love. We can't want to do everything.
Well, it's on the Torso Heap channel, so you can go there. Just look up
there it is.
And you'll find it. But I made the video because it had to be out there. So.
I'm sorry, I saw a comment from Bob, and yeah, he knows the whole backhand of everything like I do.
Yeah, Bob's an OG. Bob's an OG. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff. Let's see. How do we like? Who wants to start it off here?
Let's.
Oh, good. Lee, yes.
No, I mean, Megan, you can start this off. But before, I mean, this doesn't have to be Goreaphobia. It could be Bloodstorm. It could be a new band that you've started, right? And you would, and how you would do it. But I think what the benefit of this is for people that say looking to start a band or in bands that are in the chat, and coming from someone that, I mean, look, I'm guessing when you did it, you had no idea what you were doing, right? So it's a little bit of timing. Okay, all right, I'll take that back.
Yeah, that's okay.
You found some things work and some things didn't work, right? So that's what we're trying to get to the like how how you made it through the fucking minefield of bands and got to this point and still going, right? So.
Did I?
No, I don't know. I just made that last part up.
That's okay. Real quick, I just had a quick question. Beckett, where are you at? Are you in like some shuttle or something? Where are you at, dear?
Me?
No.
Miss
Just say. Yeah.
Oh.
Me?
She's so quiet. She's sitting there like she's in a little golden tune there.
Oh, so I'm moderating the chat in case anyone asks questions. I'm gonna pop up and tell you what everyone's saying and stuff. I'll jump in every once in a while.
It's
How
Larry
you doing,
from the
Chris?
Three Stooges. I'm good, dear. Getting back to Philadelphia in a couple of weeks. I'm getting ready to move. I just want to say, I know I'll be at your house. I'll be at your front door this time. Now I know you, so I'll be at your front door. I just got to say, this is a little funny thing because I watch Three Stooges all the time. You would be director of Inferior.
Me?
Yeah. You remember that episode?
Dude. I've seen them all, dude. I love the Stooges, man. Necron, what's up, dude?
Propaganda is what's a propaganda? A propaganda marries a momaganda, and they have little kids.
I always wanted a shirt that says, "I tried to think, but nothing happens."
Oh yeah, yeah.
I use that one all the time, just in everyday life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Chris, can you come a little tiny bit closer to your mic? Just
is my phone really bogus?
It's not bogus. It's just a little tiny bit hard to hear you, even though I haven't turned all the way.
Was it
up.
in nuclear assault? What are you talking about? Shred, that's a bit of an inside joke.
Fucking Lee.
Is that better?
That's better.
Let me see.
That's,
yeah, way better.
Is that better?
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay. All of you guys in the chat know who Chris is, right? Do we not know? Does Chris really need to introduce himself to all you people here?
I'm small potatoes, man. Seriously, I am.
Well, good having you, Chris. We'll see you again.
No, seriously. I don't know. I say it all the time. I think more people are annoyed by me and don't like me than do like me. But I never have people really say it to my face too much. A handful, but not too many.
I enjoyed hanging out with you when I got to meet you in Houston. Now, I had an absolute good time talking to you, man. It was an absolute pleasure. When we talked about all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
I actually got Chris signed this for me when I was there. I had to bring it out.
Oh, look at this flex. Flex.
I had to do it. There it is. Right there. Right. I got to meet Chris in person.
And the silver still stayed there. The silver still stayed there. I was running out of silver markers.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
When we were outside signing, I would sign like 2 records, and then that silver marker was just freezing up in the wind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it expected of a fan to have the markers ready, Chris, or is that the expectation of the artist to be ready to go?
I guess it's expected of me nowadays. Before, it was like whatever you had, you just kind of did it, and it was whatever. I remember a lot of people just like, oh, sign my arm. I guess for the spirit of the moment, they would just say stuff like that.
Right.
It seems like it's expected. The older I got, and the more things really changed in the whole scene and technology and people's vastness of having things wanting firsthand, ready. The spontaneity isn't really there. It seems to be really premeditated to have everything ready.
Right. So, and in any situation, you should just be carrying markers, just in case, like at the grocery store.
But I'm being a school bus driver. I always have a marker.
In case one of those little brats
Attaboy.
Yeah, I have my school bag too.
right. Hey,
I really do.
One of those.
You want to see it? Here it is.
Yeah, let's
Get my school bag.
There you go.
Here's my school bag.
Gotta have one, man. Yeah.
What the hell do I have in here? Oh, look at that. Kids on my bus making me drawings. Look at it. Still got them on there.
Aw.
Yeah, dude, that's right. That's
Whoops.
right.
Sorry.
Writing me thank you notes for being a bus driver, all that stuff.
Coolest school bus driver on earth. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's
it'd be
dope.
cool to be a kid and grow up, and then you're like fine metal, and then one day realize you're like, holy shit, dude! Like, our bus driver was Bloodstorm and Goreaphobia and absolute. Like, are you serious? Like, imagine that kid that goes, "Damn it!" You know what I mean? Where's Chris now? Like,
Yeah.
I could have just every day picked his brain on the way to and from school. You know, I've had that thought a bunch of times. To be honest, like, man, I'm glad I know him. You know what I mean? And didn't have to be that kid, but to feel for that kid, because it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
Chris. You know, you're a nice guy. You know what I mean? You're a pleasurable person to be around, so you've already had an impact on the kid. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna seriously. Some of them are gonna. The odds of them, none of them being metalheads, are zero. You know what I mean? So
I find out still to this day. But the truth is, I've had it happen a couple times in Philadelphia already. A couple of kids were like, stick knife me. Yeah.
yeah.
There you
That's
go.
Yep, they
awesome,
saw me with
dude.
my Boy Bot shirt one day, and this kid was like, he had an earring, a little hatchet earring, like Filthy Animal Taylor.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, cool shirt. I was like, oh, you know Boy Bot? He's like, yeah, I love that stuff, man, and this and that. And I started talking, I was like, I'll give you a list of 25 albums to start with, and you'll find everything else you'll need to know from there. And he just gave me his thumb, and was like, yeah. And then the
Hey,
next
Chris.
day, I gave him a list.
Chris,
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Oh, okay, what's up, Miss A?
Grant wants to know, do kids still take Bic lighters and melt in that pig nose pattern on the back of the bus seats?
You know
That's
what they
such
do?
a classic, dude.
You know what they do? They tear the bus lining because it's the vinyl. It's thick vinyl, but it's really easy to pull that stitching because it's kind of cheap. So they pull at that shit, especially kids that have certain needs that like they have to fidget and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of the kids will bite the seat, they'll like bite the seam, or they just fidget with it and they start pulling it. They rip it open to stuff their trash down inside of it.
Little,
So
little animals.
that's what they do. They pull the seats apart now. Not so much like this day and age, it's not like growing up before. You can almost go on with a hand grenade when I was a kid.
Seriously, dude.
They'll take those little art scissors that are made for toddlers, the round it, they're like, that's a weapon. I'm like, you gotta be some Bruce Lee, black belt kung fu tank wielding fucking crazy motherfucker to kill somebody with that thing.
Talking of kids that bite the school bus, this is related but unrelated. But I was at the zoo once, and I saw a kid. The fucking hand railings. They're like a metal hand railing, right? I saw this one kid run his tongue from the start of it all the way through to the other side. Mum and Dad let him do it,
Oh,
and all
my
I could think of is like, you're gonna be so much fun on that drive home, kid. Yeah, and the. He's going to be throwing up all the way home.
Like,
They be
dude,
picking their ass. They pick their ass, they pick their nose, and they grab everything.
Yep. Every culture, every sex and gender, fucking shit all over this thing. And he's like,
Yeah. It's funny when you think about, because it's
They all
kids,
do
and being a bus driver, it's like, yeah, it's a safe job. It is, but you see some ornery shit because they're kids. And then the worst are the 7th and 8th graders are the worst. Well, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders are the worst because they want to be the adult. They think they know everything. They don't want to hang with the little kids, so they're defiant to a point. But they still don't have the adult lie and the real understanding of how you have to keep up with your lie to maintain the people to believe it. So they just don't have that capacity yet, but they try it. I just take the brute honest. I'm like, well, just tell me. I was like, don't say it out loud. Wait, and just tell me later. I was like, just don't get into it. Tell me later when you buy yourself, and that'll be it. It'll be cool. It'll be between us. And after a while, it takes a little time, but after a while, when they realize you like that, then they start telling you everything. Not all, but a lot of them will tell you everything once they know.
Well, that bit of kids psychology 101, yeah. This show
Bruce
turned
Lee's
into
the
something completely different, didn't it?
Yeah, Bruce Lee's the best. Simplicity is brilliance. I held it when I was a little kid, and I hold it now. He's right. Bruce Lee's right with his philosophy.
I've got two questions.
Okay,
number one, you guys, are you hearing a buzz? Is anyone still hearing
a little bit?
Yeah,
little
you're
bit?
buzzing.
All right.
You got a
All right.
buzz.
Hold on, tell me when it goes away. Is it still there? Still buzzing?
It's not as bad.
Not as bad.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. How about
Maybe
now?
just mute in between, maybe.
No, it'll fix it. Hold on. Just tell me when it goes away. Tell me when it goes away. I'm sorry, my headphones are broken,
Okay.
guys. Give me a break.
Talk amongst yourselves, guys.
Is it still there? Is it still there?
I don't hear it, Miss A.
No, I don't hear it.
Go on.
I think
All
we're
right,
good.
There we go. Don't
as
move.
long as I don't move for the entire
Stay in your
show.
closet.
You know what it is? It's almost like touch the computer real quick. Go ahead. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay, I was just trying to see if that was causing the feedback. No, you're good now.
Okay,
Not
great.
Memes, man.
All right, now I've got more questions for you. But
Oh,
first,
we haven't even done our questions.
hold on.
yet.
Hold on. Let the chatters just ask questions. Plus, I have
Pesky chatters.
Come
something.
on, Bree.
Just
Have
off
some
the back of
Look,
what Chris says.
Touch fingers in between. Come on.
Yeah, Miss A.
I'm left out. Fuck you guys. Okay, so
I was.
off the back of what Chris said about middle schoolers are assholes. I'm a teacher too, but I'm a music teacher, and I will not take middle school kids as new students. So if they come and they ask if they can take lessons, if they're between the ages of like 12 and 15, I'm like, no. But if you started with me when you were like 10, then that's okay, because you already know I'm not going to take any of your bullshit at that point. But if you just come in at 13 and right away you want to press boundaries, I don't have time for that. I'm like, why don't you guys circle back when they're like 16? I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have time for. Anyway, Zach wants to know, do they put boogers and bubblegum on the seats? Gross.
Oh man, I had one kid step on his pudding on the seat and just track it in the back of the seat. He had that shit. I had him put it on the window in the wintertime.
I'm not laughing at you, Chris. But that
Chicken
kid's
bones,
how does that
watermelon
kid just go
seeds.
home,
I
man?
had sunflower seeds are a big one. They'll shoot a sunflower seeds and spit them out all over the edges and shit. So you get a lot of flies and everything.
I would just leave it, man. I'd be like, fuck, you're going to have a dirty ass school bus in, you assholes.
Well,
My
I did do
area's
that.
going to be clean.
I did do that in Philly one time. What I did is I took fart spray, and I took a brownie soap, just soap, like it looked like shit. And I just smeared it all over the back of the seat. I sprayed the fart spray so that the older kids couldn't sit in the 4 back seats for the rest of the week. Yeah, I had the windows closed, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, the windows are broke."
Oh, Chris.
You have to fight fire with fire a little bit. You have to inconvenience the smart ass. You have to make them live the same way that they generate things. You have to make them live in that.
Yeah, you're like, see how it
that.
is? Live in your own shit for a day. See how it is like. Yeah.
You have when they just have to know. There's a price to pay for the attitude, and there's a price to pay for what you do. Because we all, I think, been through it at some point where we're developing, we're getting older, we're changing our bodies, our hormones, the brains, everything's changing. So, I can't speak for girls, but as a boy, I can just remember all you wanted was energy. You had to get off on something. Most of the kids in my neighborhood, we played street hockey or stickball on the street. I used to like to make homemade bombs and fires in the parking lot across the street. And when they got out of hand, it scared the shit out of me because I almost got arrested. And I said, that's the end of that. So, but what it turned into is it turned into art. It turned into movie, music, comic books, the whole fantasy idea. And then it led to Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, I can put all my ideas on paper and make this world and create this fictional world with people that I know. And what do we all want to do? And it was the best way for me to focus that energy, to channel it. And it always turned into music and art. And with the fantasy, it all synchronized. All those album covers from the 80s, everything was either satanic imagery, a post-apocalyptic, or it was fantasy. The best topics for heavy metal at the time period. And just think of all those movies that were coming out. Everything from like I had Graduation Day and all that, to like, you know, Toolbox Murders, and then you get Mad Max and Evil Dead, and you know, and Conan the Barbarian, Excalibur, and Sword and Sorcerer, and you just mix all that stuff in with all those Arnold Schwarzenegger action movies, you know, the fucking Tango and Cash and Cobra and Rambo, and all those ninja movies, and you just mix all that world in to the fantasy world, the post-apocalyptic world, music, art, bam, it was the whole landscape, and that's how I birthed all those ideas, because if I didn't have that, I probably I could have possibly been an arsonist. Maybe because
so in between the child abuse and the domestic terrorist, you can also turn into a musician with a great band that can fucking go on to be a legacy. So that's what you're saying, Chris.
Well,
I mean, it's a fine line. I get it. Like bomb maker.
Yeah.
Putting fart spray to kids, but like if you travel the right path.
But what we did back in those days, the earliest thing is all the ladies, my mom and all of her friends, everybody had the big Aquanet spray bottle. Does anybody here remember the big hairspray Aquanet bottles? They were like in those, they were like in the blue or the pink. And all you had to do was hold a lighter and you had a blowtorch. And those cans were gigantic. Right. So me and my friend Paul, John, Frankie, Mike, Johnny, we all had them sort of running around the neighborhood going, and we lit a pizza window on fire. When the cook was on the other side of it, I lit the window on fire, and I was like, oh, shit, and ran. Then I lit my bicycle tires on fire, like I wanted to be Ghost Rider. So I emptied the can out, got in the park, and lit the wheels and started pedaling, and then the flames, because it's liquid, it shot and went up my back. And then I had to get off my bike, throw the shirt off. I was caught on fire. I was like, shit. And then we were lighting our sneakers on fire because you can coat your sneakers with it. Because those Converse
metal, dude. Like, it's just
those Converse
everything's on fire. I love it.
Right. Well, the Converse and Chuck sneakers, if you remember it back in the day, you could step on nails and they wouldn't go through a lot of them. So they were really
Chuck Taylor's had like, the real rubber.
They were like, they almost like combat boots for kids. You know, they were thick. And, you know, and I had a railroad across the street. So we're up and down the road. You're climbing up rocks and debris up into the railroad tracks. And you had the warehouses. So we were always into something. We were always either into abandoned buildings, abandoned cars, warehouses that had broken doors and gates, and to open fields to just figure out what to do. What can we do? What is this? What'll happen if we do this? What'll happen if we drop that? And you just start doing that shit because it's juvenile. You're 13, 14, 15, you're juvenile. So you got all this angst of energy. So if music didn't come along, I could have possibly made a fire in the neighborhood and cause somebody's house, or the universe forbid their life. And
Did you ever light shit on fire on stage?
I did that one time, actually. I lit my battle axe on fire. The first time Bloodstorm played Milwaukee Metal Fest, you really couldn't see it. But do you know the jelly that you use for catering? They put those little jelly lighters underneath for food to keep it lit all day, the blue jelly. Well, I coated my battle axe with that, lit it on fire, and held it up over my head on stage. And if you were there, you could see the fire, but you really couldn't see it on film. And it only lasts for so long. You got to make sure it don't drip on your head. So I had to hold it forward and out so it didn't drip on me or my guitar. So I was always tinkering with that kind of stuff.
That's interesting.
So, and that comes, I guess, go back to the full circle with kids and their angst I see on the school bus. And music is a great motivator to get them, to inspire them to be something that could be better outside the getting in trouble in the street. You ain't going to get in trouble for using your creative mind. So if you can put it into words or art or music, it's the best platform for any kid to have. So Miss A, you doing music is brilliant. I think it's brilliant. That's great. because those kids' minds, in my experience, I want to go on by me, it's inspirational for them. If they could see a person maneuver in a chaotic way and still make something out of it, it shows them that, yes, you can do it that way. I had a story before about a kid on my bus. She was her name was Destiny, and she played a flute. And I taught her how to play Thundercats by humming it out. And she actually did it. I made a $10 bet with her if she could play the Thundercats, because I taught her how to do banana splits, because she would play the banana splits on the flute. The tra la 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 la. And all these goofy kids would come on. And she really didn't hang out with them because she was too mature for them. And it's true. 14-year-old girls are like 16, 17-year-olds. 14-year-old boys are like 10. And the more you have, they're like 9. They're more like 9 and a half.
I coach kids. I totally agree with you. I've coached boys and girls. Girls are way more mature, and the boys, even though they're older, they're way younger than their age.
Yeah, there's always, and it's not all of them, but most, because there's been a lot of really cool, mature guys that were really cool dudes. You could see they were going to be cool guys when they got out of school. They had a way to go. And the girls, some of them, they were just already nutso, and they didn't care, so they let the boys do goofy crap with them. And I was like, man, I'm a dad. I have 2 little girls now, so I never change my way of thinking. The only difference is I do have to kind of help them maneuver through the pylons to get to 18 years old with the least amount of bumps, bruises, scars, and all kinds of other nicks and scratches that I can to reach that age. I'm not perfect. I'm doing what I can with what I got. That's it, man. I'm a 1970s kid in the streets of Philadelphia. I grew up around pagans and warlocks. I grew up around a nice sized family. We were a friendly family, a friendly neighborhood, but nobody put up with each other's shit, and everybody took care of it. If there was a problem, you took care of it. There was no, I got to think about it, and I'm out a whole bunch of people, and I'm going to do a smear campaign. No, if it got to the point past words, you went out in the street, you punched the shit out of each other, then it was done. 90% of the time was done. After that, it was cool, it was done, you're over it, okay? There was a mutual respect. We got into a world where everybody's sissified, everybody's afraid to offend, everybody's guilty, everybody's going to sue everybody.
I have
you
something.
have to accept everybody's bullshit no matter what. The world really don't operate that way. And the more of that garbage you let in, the more you lose the true identity of yourself.
Yeah.
Which I think is being key to being atonal as an artist, being if you're a writer, a musician, or an actual artist. You have to be atonal. You can't work on anybody's key or function.
That's offensive. You can't say that.
All right, well let's kick this off, because I'm like sitting there going, "Fucking, we got like an hour and a half to go," and Megan
No problem.
is sitting there with this question. I'm sure.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that's fine. It's nice. We're making everyone
intro.
calm. We're getting them all sucked in. Now, Megan, go get them.
Let it rip.
Go.
Okay, so to preface, before I get into the question, for anyone that might not know, I want to say it was like a decade ago, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, that I helped you start the Bloodstorm YouTube channel, and I was converting stuff. Yeah, it was like a decade ago. And, the way that things are today, it's more so that's how people are finding things, right? Like through YouTube and stuff like that. So my question is, if I never did that for you, like you didn't have an online presence, if you didn't come on the live streams and do stuff like that, would you still be putting out new like Bloodstorm albums and stuff? Or would you be like, well, I don't really have an audience to, share this with, so I'm not going to bother writing new material? So that's my question.
No, I would constantly play music no matter what. I would put music out, what kind of platform. That never dictated what I was going to do, because up here and in here is going to dictate what I do. The truth of it is, the more I'm separated from the mainstream of the internet, the real fast-paced, information gathering, the more in touch I am with myself, because my thinking has never changed. And a lot of that has to do with how I treat myself spiritually in the occult and how I venture into things. This is just a platform for me to get it out there faster, yeah, but I would still do the same exact things. It wouldn't dictate me doing anything differently. I would still do Bloodstorm. I'd still do Dan and Stan. And I would just, whoever liked it, I would promote it. Whoever didn't, wouldn't, because I went through that before YouTube. So, yeah, It wouldn't change a thing. I'd still do it.
So going on to, like, just off Megan's question, like, if you had started this today, what would you be gearing up more towards a social media presence, or would you be like, all right, boys, we're going to hit every fucking stage that we can? Like, what would be the more pressing, fucking thing for you guys? I'm blanking on a word, but what would be the most important thing as if you were doing this starting today?
Well, the energy would never change. Yeah, well, the energy never change. I know myself to know that I'm an idiot savant for myself. So I know I never changed. Even when I was 6, starting out with Kiss and The Who, I never changed. I always saw the absolute way. I still keep going. So if I started today, and if I did not have children, I guess I'll put it this way: if I didn't have children, I would be with guys somewhere in a city somewhere, playing music in a room with them, creating music together, just like the Beatles did. Got into a room and you jammed everything out together, just like Pete would do with Roger, John, and Keith. You get into a room and you jam together. You go through your ideas and you put them all together and you create something special, because that is part of your spirit's signature on the living earth. It's a living embodiment to carry on. Once you pass here, it's part of a vessel which you leave behind. And people can gather from that, just like I gather from all my influences, a lot of them that have passed. My approach I would have to, I would, the internet stuff would be secondary.
Right.
If I keep my mind frame the way it is, I'd be like, I would want a tape, I would want CD, I would want a record. I want something in my hand, something that's tangible, means everything. Words have power. And whenever somebody makes a speech or does maybe a seminar and has a YouTube channel and they talk about it, okay, you're in tune to it. And if you're interested in that time period, it'll grab it. If it grabs you, yes, you pay attention. But it can go away because there's such a big sea of information. It could become oblivion. It can get lost in that. That ingredient could get lost of oversaturation. But if you have something in your hand that somebody took the time to create and express and map out their spirit or their idea onto something that was literary or audio, I think that actually is. I think people resonate with things that are tangible, representative, to have in your presence. Why else would human beings, society, have idols or monuments to their gods or their spirits? What they think of the creation of them, even more so, it's kind of a spiritual, higher level creation of yourself, projected in another. It's like you have a form of another projection in a physical manner outside of your flesh and bones, but you have something tangible of your spirit that represents you physically. So as an artist, I would want something on book or a CD or a record. I would have to have that format. The other stuff would be secondary to me.
Well, that just answered my other question too. So like holding that piece of plastic, be it a CD, tape or cassette, like what do you think that I was actually going to say, what do you think that represents to someone who can go on the internet and on YouTube, because you've put your songs on the internet, which I'm assuming, and listen to it there. So, I mean, you can consume your new band, Bloodstorm, through a digital mean, but now you've got a tape. So what, like that thing of like, why am I holding this tape? That's going to be the spiritual connection, I guess, or at least some type of connection that's a little bit stronger than, say, fucking favoriting your fucking song on YouTube?
I think of having those things as having a magical as a magical amulet or a talisman or as an altar. It's like a magical item. It's a vessel representing what you're doing at that moment in time, that space and time. The universe is giving you kind of this idea to align with what you're doing. And in creating that, it's a part of you're creating I look at it like you are creating an extension of yourself in a physical form. We do live in a physical world right now where we're awake and we're conscious. So I always say, when you have something that's in your hand or something that is in your eyesight every day, you can see it, opposed to something that's on the internet. Again, when you have it in front of you, I think the primordial instinct, the human nature in your mind is something to believe in, something to worship, wired to gravitate to an idea or a physical form that's an identity of oneself. Having something physical means becomes a more personal item. The connection, I think, is stronger because when a person holds it in their hand, there's something going on with the touch and the sight sensation. Is this is in my hand and I love this. And it makes a person, I think it does for me. If I hold it in my hand, like, okay, I'll give an example. If I have a Motorhead CD in my hand, or Gasmatron, cleaning the house, cooking, is playing on the internet. But then I come up here and I go on my record rack and I'm looking through my records and I see that album. I will pick it up and I will spend time. I'll open it. Just to look at it again. I'll look at that thing. I'll look at the pictures. I read the whole thing all over again. And my experience with the physical form is much higher and greater. And it ignites more imagination and more emotional content and strength of its character and creativity that pulls it out of me, the drive to create something just like that again, as opposed to just hearing it while I'm doing things around my house.
Yeah.
The physical manifestation is it's such a crucible of the spiritual connection content for me in life with my art form.
Yeah.
Such a bitchin' answer. Only because, like, I remember,
man.
Yeah, I mean, because there used to be a time when if you had an album on, you actually had to sit there and listen to it, or at least be in the presence of it, right? And you couldn't leave the room until you got a Walkman, of course. But you know what I mean? Like, you would look at the cover as the music's playing, which was almost like you could have this audible, but now you're looking at pictures, which takes you from that chair that you're in your little boring room in. Suddenly you're inside of this world of, there's liner notes, there's lyrics. I'm reading along as you're singing. Like, that's something which I think is lost. So if you saw a band now, like if you got approached today, or if someone goes, listen, there's no point in physical because no one's buying, we're going to go digital. Would you consider that band a real band? Or you don't think the real band's happening until you hit a stage or you have something that you can say that we created?
That's a good question. I can only answer these things that I know how my head works. Is it a band? I have to take from one of my great, professors in life, Lemmy. And he always said, if you're sitting in your living room and you're playing and you're not out there, nobody will hear it. You're not really doing anything. But if you get out there, and even Susie Quattro says this, she says, play for the 5 drunks in the bar. Even for that night, get up there for the 5 drunks in the bar and play your ass off and just keep doing it. Keep doing it, because there's room for everybody. If you keep doing it, they're going to know you because everybody's going to hear you, but they see you there. And they can hear what you're doing, and they get that character, they get that pull, that crucible energy, that kinetic energy, that magnetic mind musical energy that windows into your soul through your ears, and you feel its power. It's the power of the presence that you need.
Well played, Miss A. Well played.
So, either digital or physical. I mean, I would still say, if you're still getting in a room, if I can still get in a room with those, like when I get into a room with Jim Rowe, I feel like I'm in a band because I'm there with Jim. I'm in his basement and I'm tracking these songs, and there he is. Because he's there, and I know he's going to help me mastermind my art form. He's just as much as a spiritual appendage as me coming out of my heart. Jim is. Anybody I've ever done, Chuck, Jimmy, my brother Frank, playing with Ray Russ and Mike. I mean, I didn't write any absent music. Alex, Craig, Henny, everybody that I did something with, there was something about that was a tangible, magical element that mattered. It had to take its place, whether it lasted or not. It had to take its place for me because I was putting my connection out there. I look at this. This is in Phil Cohn's, the Primal Chaos book. Prime Chaos. He said, I always looked at this paragraph when he wrote it in that book. He said, think of your energy, your kinetic energy, whatever it is you're doing. It's a still tub of water. You put your finger in that water and it ripples out. Now, whatever it is you're seeking in your heart, when you're putting your energy, the thought into there, you're rippling it out to the void, into the cosmos of space, the stardust, the dark matter, whatever. It's going out. It hits whatever it's going to hit at the time period that the universe says this is correct time to hit because this energy matches. The kinetic energy comes back, and it has no time period. As a physical person, we have a time period, but outside of that, the spiritual doesn't have a time. It can jump. It has no limit. So it meets at the time it comes. It portals at the time it needs to. Now, I see it as part of being an occultist. The crucible part is you have to have a vessel that is like an antenna. You're sending the signal out on this frequency, and the antenna comes out. It's going to beacon you back because it has that frequency because you have something, boom, sitting right there. They hit it back. And that's how I look at that. So when you have people with you, that kinetic energy goes out. So whether I'm making something physical at the time period or I'm out there playing for people, that kinetic energy is still the same. It's just it vessels in a different form. But the attitude and the crucible elements that make the primordial energy what it is and so attractive, that's the thing that will bring the physical element later. You can adjust. You have to be able to adapt and overcome, and I believe in that.
Absolutely.
Shred?
Yeah.
I think maybe using that a lot tonight.
Yeah. No, I have a very Goreaphobia specific question here.
Okay.
This is because the lineups had changed so much, Chris, right, over the years. And so I guess this maybe isn't as much of a, if you would redo it now, but I guess if you could, if you guys, let's see, you're all young again. So many lineups change. Would there be anything you would do differently now to ensure a specific lineup or certain lineups stayed together longer? Does that make sense, that question?
Yeah. I would have never accepted. This is tough. Let me think about this because certain things play out for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I play this part in my mind. If there's something I would change, I maybe wouldn't. Give me 30 seconds here to really think about this because my mindset in the beginning, this was 1988 when I came up with the idea, and Alex was in the neighborhood, and he was the only other guy in the neighborhood that had a guitar that can play that thought like I did at the time. So he was the only person I had. My buddy Paul didn't have a guitar yet. I wanted it with him, my friend Paul, but he didn't have the chops yet. Ooh, what would I have done differently? I love Kevin. I wish Kevin would have never died doing drugs. I loved Kevin.
Right.
Kevin Brennan was original. I was just playing bass. I was writing all the lyrics for Kevin in the very beginning of Goreaphobia before we recorded everything. I was just playing bass. Because that's the only instrument I can afford really. And I was self-taught. So I was teaching myself Hellhammer Carnivore and things to do. I kept it simple. Sodom, Sodom and the Sign of Evil, things like that. Keep it real simple. More punk rock driven, So, the Venom element and all that kind of thing. It was, what would I do different? Oh, shit.
Different.
I've finally seen Chris.
I know one thing. I can say one thing. One thing I would say at the top of my head is I would have been opposed to having John Arcucci in the band with us because he put a part in between Alex and everybody else. He was really the beginning of downfall, the great potential. We could have had an album. We could have had an album easily with Relapse Records, and we would record it in Sunlight Studios over in Sweden, where Entombed was, and Nihilus and everybody, and where they were. We were going to go over there. John and Spencer fucked that up bad. I would have changed not having that guy in the band, because I think Alex would have possibly. I see the possibility. We probably would have stayed a 3-piece, and we would have been better off.
Okay.
So at least make the first album as a 3-piece.
Megan, like Kanye said, I'm going to let you finish in a second, but I got a question about this one. Okay, so this is going to be the reverse of what and this was one of my questions. So you can jump me off, and I don't have to. I can miss a turn. But in that answer, what about red flags? You've played with a bunch. Looking at your metal archives and everyone who's come through, like if now looking back instead of saying, "Oh, great, he can play and he looks good on stage," and bang, bang, bang. What are your red flags now? If you are to find musos that can come in and play, like what are you looking at? Going, yeah, he can fucking play, but there's something off. Like, what are your red flags?
If they don't have the consistency of the energy that is unconditioned, they have to be unconditioned raw power and energy. They can't be worrying about what corner or pocket of the world is going to accept them and what scene. I always say the best people are atonal. They're the ones that don't answer or resonate in anybody else's function or key or demographic. Being an atonal artist is everything to being independent from what everybody else is doing. If I would look for members that were like that, and I've seen a couple people in the scene younger than me, I see that potential in them. The only thing that I think is screwy in the parts that I've seen is how fast the internet is coming, how stupidly politicized everything's become in the metal scene. Because if there's one thing that heavy metal, rock and roll, and punk in my world should never be, is political. It's all of it. I don't think it has any place in music and movies and art. Leave that shit the fuck out of creative realm. It destroys human nature. All it does is just like religion. It instores fear and guilt. Leave it out. If you are offended, you should be offended if you're into music. Music is made to be a thought-provoking, outside the normal realm of society art form. It's supposed to go head-on at the way the world is functioning and say, no, I see things this way. Just go on your own. Have your own adventure. Don't buy into everything. Be that one person that could be everything to yourself. And if you keep it that simple and raw and brilliant, I think there's much more success. And I've been worried about it being accepted in the black metal scene, the war metal scene, the glam metal scene, the power metal, whatever bullshit hokey pokey thing it has to be. Just no, be atonal. Use your influences. We all have them. I have them left and right, and I use them all the time. And I am not embarrassed at all to revisit Venom and Motorhead albums and Saxon and Suzi Quatro and The Who and everything else that I love, because I always find something I love out of all of that things. And everybody should adore their art, whether it's comics, horror, if it's certain books, if it's a spiritual belief. Keep that stuff in you and let it fan out in that vessel and let the cosmos take it and journey you there. Not let that journey take you, but let that journey come in so you can take it in and put it back out. That's it. Be atonal. Atonal members only.
Atonal members only. Chris Bez, you heard him say it right here. I love it, dude. Atonal, baby. Because it does. It kind of does. When people start doing that, then it eliminates so many other people from experiencing or trying it because they're like, well, I'm this. Like, why would I ever do that? Very well said, Chris.
And I think if everybody's going to be in a band, let everybody, I don't care if the person don't write it all. I don't care. Let everybody have a say on every song and what they think and feel about it. Go around the room. If you have 3 members or 6, go around and ask everybody about every song and what they think. Now, Just keep it simple and to the point, because the thing that brought everybody into that room, there's a reason everybody's there in that room. Keep that the same thing, and keep the raw primordial instinct there, and that will be the crucible of carrying that band's song, album, and legacy on. Keep it simple, keep it rebellious, keep it honest. That's it, and keep it together for everybody. Everybody has a say, and if it don't work, you try with that person that brings something into you to improvise, because there's always something to be done with another atonal mind that is in your realm of magical working. Give it a chance. Don't overthink it. Don't rush it. Don't be like, that's why, one of the reasons why I never saw, I tried to sign to major labels. I did. I tried it in the 90s. Once I saw the people involved and I met them, I was like, I don't want any part of this, because I saw 80% of them don't know what the fuck they're doing. They can't tell you the difference between a Motorhead album or a Morbid Angel album. And I don't want nothing to do with people like that. I'd rather do it my fucking self. Because if you do it yourself, it gets done the way it's supposed to be. Whether you have 50 people that like it or 500,000. If you keep yourself in your raw configuration of as an atonal artist, you'll always have your self-success. You'll be a self-starter, and the cosmos will carry the art with you.
Fuck, I'd be waving a flag right now if I had.
I did have that picture.
There's going to be 6 more truth bombs.
Absolutely.
I must spit out my Red Bull.
I love it, Chris. Fuck, that was an excellent answer. Yeah, Megan,
Or
did
going by what I
Necron have
know.
a question? Or I thought Necron had a question this day. Or go ahead.
Ask
Oh,
Megan,
Megan,
one
she's
more
been
question,
sitting
whatever.
here. Let Megan fucking talk.
I'm sorry, Megan. Go
My
ahead.
sister's worried about it. She's
No.
doing a fucking welfare check on her at the show. That's how.
Remember, we're all in this. This is a rehearsal room, ladies and gentlemen. We're all in this together.
We are.
Yeah, no, I only have one more question. Just because, you know, you and I have been
two
friends
questions?
for so long.
What the fuck you
Yeah,
doing,
I only
Megan?
have 2 questions. Well, okay, maybe I'm more than 2. But, you know, Chris and I have been friends for so long. I feel like I kind of know, like, you know, about him a little bit. But my other question being, so I know you're like me. You're a big fan of, like, obviously Motorhead and, like, Sax and, like, traditional heavy metal, you know, type style bands. I know you do Denison, which is, you know, female fronted and stuff, but would you ever consider doing a whole brand new project in that style, or is that just something you prefer to just listen to and it doesn't, you know, directly influence, you know, the music that you make?
You know, that's a good. And yeah, you do know me, Megan, and it has been 10 years, dear. We talk these conversations for hours, her and I. She's a good buddy. She'd fit in well in the 1970s in Kensington with my friends.
Nice.
Anyway, no. Here's the thing. All the stuff that the unfortunate things that happened to Goreaphobia, what I did with Bloodstorm, believe it or not, eventually Goreaphobia would have slowly been taking a path towards what Bloodstorm is. Because we were, you know, it wasn't just, you know, necrophagia and carnivore. I mean, we loved Merciful Fate and stuff like that too. So we wanted to bring some of those things in there too as well. Definitely occult, definitely all occult. We wanted everything from Acceptance, Saxon, and Venom and Motorhead all the way up to Necrovore, Pentagram, and Incubus and such like that. We wanted all of it. The Voivod, the Nasty Savage, Whiplash, all of that stuff in there, all of it. Because all of it definitely was all of us guys. So that's just the mind frame we were in. So I'd keep it that way. So to do another band differently, like restart a different project, no. I'm going to just continue to do Bloodstorm one way or the other until my hands don't work no more, or I get Alzheimer's, or something else happens to me.
Yes.
You know, I'm going to do what I need to do under Bloodstorm. Now, for Denison, my reason for doing that, as you know, is I have a special place of admiration for women in rock and all music, in rock and in heavy metal, because being like a huge fan of Susie Quattro and Girl School, who I'm supporting tonight, you know, just bands like that, Kate from Acid, Betsy Bitch, you know, Ann Boylan from Hellion, Wendy O. Williams, rock goddess, all of them, My Love for Tina Turner, to 3 Degrees, all that stuff. Each one in their time period had so much, like 3 to 4 times garbage to go through that men did, because it was definitely the Hollywood, American, mainstream pop cookie cutter. We got to get a hit out. We got to get a hit on the radio. We got to get a hit on the radio. But, back in those days, they weren't sluts about it, at least none that I've really seen. They had elegance, class, and beauties, and everything was done right out of this. Right out of this. If they couldn't do it on stage, then they could not do it. There's no faking shit. There's no lip syncing. I see how absolutely disgusting and appalling it is to have some overpaid hooker lip sync, slide her greased ass up and down a pole. It's like to have some diseased turd lip sync to somebody else's song written about 5 decades ago and get $1 million and be awarded as an artist. It's fucking maddening to me. But then you get somebody that's really trying to put something out there out of pure, unadulterated energy, and they can't get anybody to get behind them because they're too worried about numbers. They're too worried about sales, popularity, views, and it's like that line in a good line in Gladiator when Commodus's sister, remember I forget her name, the main woman that was in love with Maximus. Yeah. He said, "Don't worry about the Roman mob. They're fickle. They'll forget about them in a week." Well, it's true, because big mobs like that even I think all things will forget if they're not beat enough. But the problem, I think, there's way too many people in a band, and I think half of them forget to be a fan of the music, and then they come out there, they explode like projectile diarrhea. They come out and in the one market scene, and then they're gone in about 2-3 years, and then they're in another band doing the same thing. But now they put their girlfriend in the band because their girlfriend's got her tits half hanging out, and she's got a fat ass hanging out. They think she's hot, but she can't play. She can't even play Discharge yet.
Where can I buy that out?
Well, I'm being a little bit crude, but I've seen it. And then it's bullshit. So I always thought
you're not wrong.
I always thought doing Dennis Sin, to me, it has to resonate an equal class of integrity and rebellious nature that a woman has, with her art being atonal and heavy metal music and heavy, what is probably the most ruthless, cutthroat, bloodthirsty, and remorseless, most critical and just mean-spirited audience of people that they say they want your support, but when they're behind the scenes, all they do is rip them apart. They give you that fake hug. In the meantime, they might as well just put a fucking, an ice pick on their back and let them jab you a few times in your spine, because it's going to come down the road later. It's going to happen. It doesn't mean that it has to. I say just be upfront, be who you are, be the best version that you can of yourself. And when ladies can do that without having to glorify their body in any way or shaming themselves or being some kind of stunt, man, your art will do the talking for you. And that's why I respect a lot of the artists that I say, because a lot of those girls had to dye their hair blonde to fit in with the LA music scene because they wanted the glam metal thing. And unfortunately, one of my heroes fell to that, and that was Lita Ford. Look what happened to that poor woman. No. I always said, if she could have went with Sandy West after the Runaways broke up, she was going for a band that was going to be more hard rock. He was going towards like a Deep Purple-ish type of band, Black Sabbath. He was going in that direction to be hard. It could have been. They could have been America's Girl School,
dude.
With a really good, because she's got a great musical mind, and Sandy West is too. But they were young, impressionable. They were used and abused, and boom, their minds were fried.
Yeah.
So doing Dennis Sin, I'm trying to pay homage to what the ladies that I grew up and respected, that I see as they're my equal peers. They are my soldiers in music just as much as I am a soldier with this music. They carry that flag on the same side of the field that I'm carrying that flag on. But I never had the chance to work with women like that. So I always thought it'd be cool to maybe take a backseat, be like a Malcolm Young, just write the song, just play the rhythm, and at least have like an Angus Young type of girl that can get up there and just boom, be exciting and energetic, and have an energetic front woman they can pair and be a good pair together, and just create something that had those wonderful elements that made those early all-girl hard rock heavy metal bands very special because they had to fight for them, but they had to use their music to fight. And they're the ones that still get the most respect and still out there today playing their music, more so than the other ones that pawned themselves out to the Hollywood glam scene. They made one album. I mean, look at Vixen. No offense to them, but they praise them. I'm like, man, they were a Hollywood showcase. They were a Hollywood showcase. That music is just boring mediocrity square.
Can I say something about Vixen, Chris? Because I had a personal
sure.
I was going to say everything. I had a personal experience with them. So I was always into when drummers were a thing, and because I grew up a drummer, like Tommy Lee and Roxy from Vixen. I got to meet her, and I said to her, like, I really enjoyed the first album, but I said the second album was very slick. It was very pop heavy. And she admitted that they weren't that band when they were recording that album, and that they were kind of guided in this direction because you had bands like, well, you had Lita Ford, who honestly, between you and I, couldn't fucking sing to save her life, but she was definitely rock and roll. But then you had a girl like the band in what was it called? Soraya, and she was the female front lady in the band full of dudes, but she was always the focal point. You never ever saw the band. So back then, when women were coming through, Phantom Blue was another one, but it was basically the only gimmick that these ladies had was that they were ladies in a male dominated thing. So they were like, well, they wanted to be this more of a rock, more of a gritty edge, but because they were on this major label, the fucking contract, I guess, for lack of a better term, said, no, we want you to be sultry, we want you to be sexy, we want you to have big breasts and the big hair and make it look like, you'll sleep with any of these, or these guys need to be wanting to sleep with you. So I kind of get that, but I mean, like, I think
I hate that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think there was some legitimate acts. Vixen, I think, were one of them, but they were twisted into a certain thing. But there was obviously Lisa Dominique. Was it Lisa Dominique who was fucking like Lemmy loved her. She had a great fucking first album, and it sounded very Motorhead. But the second album sounded like Every Rose Has Its Thorn. You know what I mean? Because she got picked up by a major. So I get. American. Yeah, and that was I mean, look, and even to this day, the fucking singer from, and not that you'd have to know anything about this, but the singer from. What's it called? She's got blue hair. It's like At the Gates, but it's not. The guitarist from Carcass. What's that band called?
Arch Enemy.
Arch Enemy. So she has left that band, right? And she has joined a band with, oh my God, she's found two other musos who also have blue hair and are quite attractive ladies. What the fuck is the chances of an attractive lady finding two other attractive ladies that also have the same color hair and starting a band? That's the shit where I start looking at it going, that's fake, right? That's a product. Okay. Cause I definitely want to see your Wendy O. Williams, who's ugly as sin. And the band is is probably the pretty ones.
Yeah.
But that'll never come because women aren't supposed to be good. They're supposed to be hot. And that's the fucking way we've always consumed it.
Yes. Speaking of women, the best producer in the biz has a question for Chris.
Oh shit! Yeah, I saw that.
Can you highlight that again, Miss A, for me, please? And I'll read it out loud. Here's your Who drew your art for this Goreaphobia album or your albums?
Drew Elliott, the one and only. He's the only guy I wanted to do Gorephobia's artwork because we had him do the 7-inch for Seraphic Decay. And I wanted him to do the first. If we did a first Goreaphobia album with Relapse, I wanted him. But I don't think we could have got him. So I was a heavy reader of the Hellraiser graphic novels in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And there was a Korean artist named Miran Kim. And I got Matt Jacobson to get in touch with Miran Kim, who I think lived out in New York at the time. He was a Korean artist. I loved her artwork because she was the closest thing I can get that would resonate, the lyrical content that I got. That would be something that Celtic Frost would use because they were obscure art too, and I wanted something to resonate that and more nightmarish. Like I always use the TV show The Night Gallery. I always loved the introduction to the short horror stories. When Ross Sterling would talk about the chapter that they were going to watch, but they would show the painting it was based on. I was always fascinated and glued to that. So that kind of artwork I love. So if I couldn't get Drew Elliott, who I grew up with all those New Renaissance records with, I wanted something that was similar. And Miron Kin at the time had that similarity, and it had that Celtic Cross sort of touch to it. So, yeah.
No shit.
No, look at that. Yeah. I know we have a few
students' uncles. Yeah, I noticed the star right away. Very good, Miss A. Brilliant question, young lady over there. She's producing. She's got the best questions in the biz. And by next week's episode, I'm going to expedite her a brand new set of like some really nice headphones.
Non-fuzzy microphones we're going to give
Poor woman. Sorry, Miss. I feel, although she's unmuted now.
Oh, and he also did Conqueror of Thorns too. Drew Elliott did the Conqueror of Thorns. I mean, Onomastichism 7-inch.
Oh, okay, cool, dude. Yeah, I put a bunch of random shit I stole off the internet, Chris, on back here to put up for you. I get a bunch of screenshots. Miss A, you want to show a few of those, and then maybe we'll, if there's any more questions, or I
got one more just to end this out, and then I want to go to that other thing. But
I totally want. Okay, good, because I want to see Chris's opinion on some of these bands too. So go ahead, Lee.
Just quick, and I mean, I think you've answered some of it, but TikTok. Everyone looks at TikTok as that little 16-year-old's thing. I mean, look, everyone straight away has an opinion on it, right?
Yeah, right.
However, however, being that bands today are looking to get some attention, because I'm assuming now there's a fuck ton more bands there is releasing stuff now than there was when Bloodstorm, Goreaphobia were kicking off. All right, so it's harder to get noticed. Would there be a thought that I could give to you? Not that I have one, but if I could give to you and say, listen, this is something that not many bands, not many extreme metal bands are doing. This is an angle. Could you do TikTok without it affecting how people view either one of the projects?
I don't have TikTok, so I never even think about even putting anything on there because I don't care about it. I just don't care about it. I don't think about it.
What would you say? What's the difference? Like, let me say, what's the difference between Instagram, YouTube, or the TikTok social? Because I mean, they can all be accessed by the same age.
I guess you're right, but I guess for me, YouTube, I just gravitated to more because it had more of the classic videos and classic artists I loved on it. So I just gravitated to one thing. I'm like, that's enough for me. If I'm still able to make physical copies of things, good enough for me. I think sometimes less is more. I think one internet outlet is good enough.
All right.
Having a whole bunch, that's what I'm saying. I think there's an oversaturation of bands, and I'm going to say one area that seems to be. Now, I could be wrong, but in my eyes and ears, the one area I think is the most oversaturated right now is war metal bands. Everybody's got a war metal band. Everybody's got a gas mask, demons with beer can bazookas, screwing nuns in the ass. It's almost, it's almost that's what it is. I mean, but that's what I'm just saying. That's what I see the most.
Yeah, it's well said. I mean, well put. Hey, I laugh because you're on it, dude. We were joking about cloud tattoos at the tattoo shop yesterday. It's a gimmicky again a little bit. I'm with you.
And I think this is my head, and it's because I think it's an easy. It's like punk rock. It's an easy, straight, direct forward energy music to go to bam, but you got all the horror and explicit, graphic, violent nature and the demonic, satanic, cold imagery, post-apocalyptic. Everybody's at war, and each shows versus anarchy, and it makes a great attractor to the primal instinct of that energy. When it comes to just in the oversaturation department, it goes hand in hand with 1980s LA glam scene with oversaturation. I think there should be a little bit more of time and effort put into that kind of art form to You can keep that basic instinct of things, but step it up and give it some time to breathe what's in itself. And I think everything will catch up to that. And it'll still keep going. Like that scene won't stop going, but I think it's very easy for people that need instant gratification. Because remember, most people want to be seen and heard. I look at humans, we're social beings. Most of us, some of us aren't, but most of us, period. We're social beings. Otherwise, we would not sitting here tonight talking. We're social beings. We wouldn't be collecting albums and listening to music and reading books and movies. We wouldn't be reviewing and examining each other's descriptions and sounds and experience in art form if we were not somehow needing that connection to other human thought or nature. It's the content. It's the mind's content energy put out there that is uncorrupted, but lets the person, the practitioner, hear it and make their own judgment, read it, make their own thought process, look at it and make their own world. So again, it's being atonal in your art form without it oversaturated, overthought, overcorrupted. No fear and guilt. Prime instinct takes control and is rebellious, and you can't worry about who's going to like it and who's not. You have to do what your beating heart is telling you to do that day, because you do not get your time back. We're all going to screw up. We're going to get fucked up people. You don't know until they do it sometimes, because sociopaths and histrionic narcissists, they hide good until they don't get what they want, and then they turn on you and they ice pick you in the back. The only thing you can do, never change who you are, never break what you're going to do. And if anything, the more they try to rip you down or change you or ridicule you, you have to love it 5 or 10 times more harder, because the universe is telling you what you're doing is making an effect. It may not be for the positive one that they want, but because most people are corrupt and they have that need of human contact and experience, they don't care how they get it, corrupt or not. But when it comes in, you have to be able to navigate through that minefield and just keep your feet on that pathway you're going. You're going to hit a mine, you're going to hit a trap, get yourself out of it and fucking keep moving. Wipe the tears, wipe the blood, bandage the wound, and move with your art.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
All the words correctly, and I like to reward good behavior. Okay, so Fraser asked, Fraser asked, and I'll paraphrase it. If you were to do a duet on one of the Bloodstorm songs, maybe one of the ones you've already written, what female singer would you have do a vocal with you, and who would it be?
Good question, Fraser.
Yeah, fucking hell. Can we get a clap for Fraser?
Sorry, Chris. Sorry, fucking Fraser.
All the words are spelled correctly. Look at that shit. Who's fucking helping Fraser?
Yeah,
I have 3. I have 3, but 3 different areas that I love in music. But I have 3 because each one would be different. First of all, I got halfway to having the Great Cat. I was going to have her play leads on one of the Bloodstorm albums. I wanted to hire her to play, and I got close. But the people that were around me never told me I was invited to her birthday. Never got the invitation. I found out like 2 years after the fact. But she sent me an autographed Metal Messiah picture. She sent me an autographed letter. Said, hail the Great Cat, worship me or die. That's her thing. That's just her thing. She is that fucking crazy. I've heard everybody say she is. But I love that, because that right there is chaotic bliss. There's a chaotic, dysfunctional art form genius in what she does. And the mere fact that she's never, ever broken out of that cell is magic to me. And I love that. I love crazy people that can hone in their craft and make something. I love it. Wendell Williams is another example. I'm fascinated by the way the mind works and what they can do in that field. I understand that. I love it. So, okay. So
it's good crazy.
Exactly. It leaves an impression.
Yeah.
It leaves an impression, and probably due to my generation. We all have experiences. Our personal experiences definitely carry on to the things that socially navigate us and attract us to other beings or other things that say, you know what, I understand. I love that. I need to see that. I need that in my house. I need that book on my shelf. I got to watch this movie once in a while because I'm missing that feeling. So you go to those things. So I must add her. Now, for heavy metal, I'm guessing it's a female duet, something to do, but it would be, oh, damn. This one's a tough one, Fraser. It's not an easy one because there's a lot of love. Oh, fuck, man. You know, just to do it, knowing that power, oh, God. Knowing that power that she's got to sing, because I heard her still do it live, would be Ann Boylan from Hellion. I would have Ann on an album.
Marty, you got an Ann. Marty said Ann Murray, but as a joke.
For the heavy metal, I would take Ann. I would take Ann Boylan. I was going to say Kate, but I don't. Today, I don't think. I think. I love Kate to death. I love Acid, but I think Ann. Her pipes are still more aspiring, you know, still to this day at her age. So I would pick her. For rock music, I would want Chrissie Hynde, but she would hate me because I'm a meat eater. She wouldn't like me at all because I'm a meat eater. She's a vegetarian. But
however, she does touch herself.
Yeah, I would take Chrissie Hynde for rock. I would take Chrissie Hynde because that attitude. She's never changed who she was, and she's been through some real shit. Everybody thinks Joan's been through hard shit, but Chrissy's been through a lot worse shit than Joan, and she still has the pipes. She can still sing like a fucking angel. And for my real inner soul beauty, my R&B love of those ladies back in it, I would have to pick Sheila Ferguson from the 3 Degrees because she's still alive. And she still sings. She is 70. I think she's 78 years old, and she still performs.
Atta girl.
There you go.
There you go, Fraser. Do we answer your question? You fuck.
Atta boy, Lee. We gotta bring him down, put him down to bring him back up. We say over. No, right. we love you, Fraser.
I mean, that's an interesting question, though.
It was a great question, Fraser. Yeah, that was a great question, Fraser. We love you, man. We really do.
I don't think it was his. I think he stole that from someone and answered and asked.
Whatever. Maybe he ChatGPT'd it. Who knows?
Maybe.
He watches a lot of shows.
He does. Yeah, he does.
Would you ever do a duet with Fraser? He does have his own band. Would you do a duet with Fraser? He does have his own band. They're called Dark Angel. They're platinum selling.
I would do an exploited song with Fraser. I would like to do Drug Squad Man with Fraser on stage. That's one of my favorite exploited songs.
Okay. Dude,
or My War.
Let's make it happen.
Fraser is chubbing up right now, right? He's just going, Texas.
No, what else would be cool? The Cro-Mags. We got to know.
Yeah. Oh, well played, Chris.
Hey, and you know what, Chris? If you put him on your album, he can get you into any Texas barbecue place you fucking want.
Just feed me, man.
Even just if he doesn't like it.
Give me coffee, blueberry iced tea, and fucking just barbecue pulled pork and barbecue and whatever rice you got, man. I'm your chump, man. I'm your huckleberry all night for that.
Yeah, he knows the spots. Just don't eat the food he gets. Or he just takes horrible pictures of the food he orders. Either way, Lee feels me. We talk about that sometimes. Anyways, do we have any other chat questions, Mr.
Don't ask. Don't fucking ask. Wait, Zach. I like Zach. Let's get Zach's one. Yeah, Bloodstorm. Where did Bloodstorm the name come from? Because it is a great fucking name, actually.
And you know, I never knew there was a band called Bloodstorm before I picked that, but apparently they broke up just before I picked that name up, so I never even knew there was a demo. Perfect. Truthfully, the idea it came from three influences: Diamond the Galaz, the Litanies of Saint, and that whole and the plague and the plague mass she did. She's number one. I get a lot of lyrical influence from Diamond the Galaz.
Oh shit! Miss A is just fucking typing now. I can hear the fucking keyboards going.
Diamanda Galaz is huge for my influence. She's huge for me. She really is. Phenomenal. There's an artist to do.
I saw her as he was saying that, and Chris was answering. I could see her backstage just, that was beautiful. Talk about a husband who knows his wife, and an excellent producer, by the way.
Diamanda Galaz is definitely in the number one for influence, the one to do that, because she was already influencing me towards the end of Goreaphobia lyrically. That whole Conqueror of Thorns 7-inch that Russ put out on Tower Records, I'd say probably 85% of those lyrics are all Diamanda Galaz inspired. All of it. I still, if I want to take myself out of a funk, besides Motorhead or Venom or Accept or Saxon, I can listen to that woman and I don't feel like I'm on planet Earth no more. I really, truthfully, to my heart's content into the solar system, feel I am on another world when that woman performs. That right there to me is genius. That's an atonical genius right there. So Celtic Frost is another one. They're another influence for the name. And the raw primitive idea of Necrovore made me think of Bloodstorm too. Just the whole ritualistic part. Just all I could think of on that first demo is just nothing but occult rituals. And the most primordial post-apocalyptic world rising, just like Voivod, just like Krogel did. I thought when I hear Necrovore, it's like an occult void opening up of these hybrid humans that were half human, half hybrid from the Giga Gate coming into human reptilian form once again and taking over through occult ritual. The primordial oozes from the brain, the marrow from the bone, the human bone coming out into this world. Very ritualistic. So I thought of Bloodstorm. Those three right there were the influence. So I'd say Diamanda Galaz, Celtic Frost, and Necrovore.
Look at that
combination. Mostly Diamanda, though.
Megan, have you heard Diamanda? I can't say her name, but have you heard this lady sing?
No.
Okay, so I don't look. And trust me, it's not something that you. It's not something that a person that of music, like if you're listening to metal, you're probably not going to come across her.
Exactly.
However, listening to it is like someone has drilled into your eardrum with this fucking voice, and it never leaves, and it's you never forget it. That's the only thing. And I'm not a fan. Miss A is a big fan, but it's like if you haven't experienced it, I don't think you've experienced anything. It's fucking off the charts.
I'm trying.
I like a lot of the same stuff, so I'll probably like it.
Look, you probably will love it. It's so fucking off this world. She's amazing in her right, but it's not. If you're fucking a war metal, black metal, this may appeal to you in some fucked up way. But if you're just a metalhead who loves all the old school, you're going to look at this and go, "What the fuck is this shit?" But I can see why Chris likes it.
Anything out.
Yeah, you know what I attributed. Excuse me, I didn't adjust. I attributed her when I first heard her to Celtic Frost and the Pandemonium album. I thought of her in that realm. Yeah, I thought of her in that realm, but I thought of her also in Voivod, Nothing, Face Dimension, Hatros, like in that perspective too. But completely tribal, primordial, ritualistic world music, like this proto-synth, new world, new wave, like neo musical virus of sound that it's to me she's impactful is when I first saw The Exorcist. Seeing that little girl possessed 13 years old like that is the same musical effect was Diamanda Galaz as that was visually to me. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's very harsh. Very harsh.
Very harsh.
Are we ready for these bands? Let's go. I want to hear what Chris has to say about it.
I want to too, but I think I'm looking and Miss A is not backstage currently, and I don't have the videos up on my end. Currently,
how about making pick between bands? That's a fun one. If you get bored.
No, we have specifically picked some stuff, and it's like all over the shop, and I just all we want to know, right, is if you heard this, let's just if you heard this today on the bus, like, would you go, fuck yeah, that's got something? Or is this like just fucking dribble? You know what I mean?
Let it rip, potato chip.
And we don't know any of these bands, right? So I'm pretty sure, Megan, you don't know any of the people that you picked?
Depends.
I know some of them.
But you won't be offended if Chris is like, who the fuck is this shit?
No.
No, I don't care.
That's what we're going for.
It's okay.
Honesty.
I don't know them personally, if that's what you're asking.
It's okay.
But I do know. I listen to them. Yeah.
Now you want me to be not a band guy, but think of
A&R guy.
Think it like, okay, if I was a record label only,
yes,
and a promoter trying to sign bands, would I sign them based on what I see going on at the present time?
Or would you take this band out on tour if they gave you a tape and this is what it sounded like? Let's go with that, because that is something that I think.
Would I take them on tour with me if I heard them?
Yes.
That's number one. All right, let's start with that round first.
All right, is she back? Is she back, Shred? Wow, this is amazing. This is the professional show that we run around here. She's fucking gone.
I haven't seen it for a few minutes. I'm not going to lie. It's not unprofessional.
I'm going to bang the roof.
I don't know which ones everyone picked. I could pull them up, but I don't know which ones. I know which ones I picked.
Well, I don't think. Wait, let's.
There she is. She's back. She's back. I saw her. No, she's back. She's saving us. Like,
hey, Miss A, this is a show that we do every Sunday. I don't know if you've seen it.
Easy, fella. You be sleeping on the you be sleeping in the room. You're
sleeping on the porch.
Yeah,
I had a porch.
He'll be sleeping in that chair, Megan. Yeah, he'll be sleeping on that chair he's in right now.
I was looking for my Demanda Gala poster. So fuck yeah. I'm coming.
Awesome.
I'm
here.
20 minutes later. Just kidding.
Come on.
Love you.
Come on. We're running out. We've got half an hour. Let's go with Megan's first.
Megan's first, yes.
All right, Megan, let's see. Hit me with it, hon.
Wait a minute, we're just
picking first. But...
Oh, she knows.
And I'm going with only the one thought. Would I take them on board?
3 bands.
And we're not going to listen to the whole thing. We're going to give you like 30 seconds. That's it.
God.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
First impression.
Because no one gets.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute.
No, because we've got a half an hour. What the fuck? Come on, let's do 30 seconds.
You got 33 minutes.
All right, 30 seconds. I could probably do it in 30 seconds.
We can do it.
All right, you can do it.
Okay, this band.
Oh, wait. Stop it.
I can't really hear it.
Stop it. We have to get Miss A, we have to change it to stereo audio because it sounds like one of my fucking songs. Let's make it sound like a real song.
Take it easy on yourself, fella.
What are they called?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a Norwegian band, but they're all kids. Like, I think the oldest one is like 19.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. They're all young.
Here we go.
17, 18.
Yes, I would take that out with me. The one thing that caught my attention, he did a different vocal variation, and that piqued my interest because I'm like, ooh, he does something different. Does this guy do something different with his voice in other songs? So that was number one. That had my interest. Pace, tempo, and actually, there's a nice shift in direction. It changes. It's going somewhere. Yeah, I would take them guys. Yeah, I think that would be a fun fit.
There we go. So that's a yes for that's one yes for Megan. Megan's
mine weren't picked because he was. Mine weren't.
Shut up. We'll get to you
on tour. No, I'm just gonna say I didn't pick because I thought
he's making excuses because no one's fucking.
You never said that. I just said it was a modern day band
for a whole fucking day. You can take my rules. The rules have changed.
Yeah,
Megan's got a point on the board. Next one.
Hasn't even got his his citizenship yet, and he's getting demanding.
Hey, when I'm president.
But the vocal part, it did it. It was the first thing that people made us say, "Ooh, he's doing something different with his voice." I like that.
Yeah,
I actually thought that was kind of cool
I think,
too.
like this year, I love them. They're great, and for how young they are, it was like super.
Well, I thought of that
impressive.
too. There's real potential. There's a real potential for an album, and going somewhere with that.
Necron. I remember I had Marky Mark, and not the Funky Bunch, just Marky Mark though. And then I would not fucking. I respect Chris way too much to fuck.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. I got weird taste, man. I know that, dude. I do. I know.
Marky Mark on his. Oh no, what was it? Jeremy and I were the other night. It was something about we like the Funky Bunch, but we fucking hate Marky Mark, man. The Funky Bunch were cool. Mark sucked.
My cousin had a huge crush on that guy. Oh my god. My cousin Joanne loves him.
Okay. All right. Let's not get too sidetracked here. Yeah. Who picked this?
This is Megan's second pick, isn't it?
This is mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Megan.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking yes.
Totally. I want this now.
Absolutely.
All right, Miss A, we can stop this one. That's a fucking yes. Doesn't even have to think about it.
Yeah, Century. They're from Sweden. They're relatively new. I think that demo is from 2020, their first release. So they're relatively new. They come to the US like maybe once or twice. But yeah, no, they're fucking great. Just
the reason why I would pick them, I would have them on the road with me. They are different enough from what I do from Bloodstorm, but it fits the kind of what I already like. I kind of have a bit of that in Bloodstorm music, so it would be a nice difference for me to be like, oh, it's cool to be on a band that has more of that traditional heavy metal style. Boom, that's a sell right away. Yep.
Oh, what do you think of the name?
There you go.
Do you think it's a good name?
Century?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a good name.
Look, I'm with Chris on that one. It's gonna look shit on a t-shirt, but great on stage.
What if you spelled it Sentry, like SENTRY, like a guard, like a sentry? You know what I mean? Now,
what about that? Like the Sentries in X-Men?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That might influence me a little bit. I'll be honest, because I love Marvel Comics.
Okay, see, fair enough.
You know what? The way sometimes logo plays a big part of me too, because it says a lot about the band's personality, how it's written. That's how I always view Voivod. But that's how my head thinks. They're a yes, no doubt about it.
They're a yes.
They're more of a yes than the first one. I would take those guys first before I would take that Nedgarn.
Shred, you and I are in trouble, man.
I know we're fucked. I still didn't.
I think we've all got different tastes.
I don't have 4-hour conversations with Chris, either. So
hit me with it. I want to hear it.
All right, let's do shreds, because I think that's going to be way different. We all know what Shred likes.
I think I only said her two.
Remember,
that's
we only got two styles: black metal, death metal, speed metal, thrash metal, heavy metal. I'm all.
Okay, see, I'm in then. I'm in. You're gonna like these, maybe. We'll see.
And Repulsion. Yeah.
I'll never stop. But there's so much worse about me. If only you knew you would find someone be at your home. But love all alone. Here is your last chance. Loading, loading mustache. My hands around your neck as you take your last breath.
Yes. They remind me of Discharge a little bit. They had that New York hardcore voice kind of sound. I like that. But the playing is a lot like German speed thrash, like Exhumed and Vendetta and stuff like that. It is Living Death. It reminds me a bit of that. So it has those two things right there. That's a win.
Belushi Speedball. Those guys are out of Kentucky, by the way. Too Bay Area for you, Necro. Those guys are. I love that. I'm a thrash guy, but yeah, that's Belushi Speedball.
All right, Megan's got two. Shred's got one.
I hate the name.
Yeah, I hate the name too.
Way better than that.
It's like it's there, but it doesn't fit the genre-ish. And I love the band, but it's like, well, man, he died tragically as a comedian doing some fun shit. But yeah, what does that have to do with things? Anyways. But love the band. There, if you go check them out, they're called Belushi.
Just hearing them, I would say, yeah.
Right on.
It reminded me. It had that German speed thrash mixed with a bit of the New York hardcore. The 80s, like, a lot like the Nazi punk and Cro-Mags, all that kind of thing.
Would you put them in like a tankard type of band? Like
what's
tankard?
Tankard?
I feel like I'm ordering.
Yeah, a bit like Frank. Well, actually, Frank's more thrashy. This guy's more hardcore. He's more like to me, he sounds more along the lines of a Henry Rollins or a John Joseph type. Ooh. Sort of in that realm a bit. I think Frank from Tankard is more speed thrash, raspy, aggressive. You know what I mean? The energy's parallel, just two separate means of way to take it, two different modes of operation. Objector.
You heard of Objector?
No.
Out of Belgium. Long intro. We might have our first...
I'm getting a vision. give me a couple seconds. And I'm trying to think of the song. I'm like, I have a thing about certain intros like that. They're too. They could be okay. God, they got to be very well. For me in heavy metal, they got to be very well thought out. For my head to go, okay. Otherwise, I'm lost in the sauce. And then when it kicks in, it better be something that wham, there's a punch. Like, that didn't punch me enough coming out of it. I'd have to hear more. So I'd have to say no based on just 30 seconds.
Fair enough. Well, in that song, maybe even, because they have other songs. Okay, I just got to say real quick. I first heard those guys on the Realms of Metal. Eddie, who owns the Realms of Rock store now, I heard that he interviewed either the lead singer, lead guitarist, whatever, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, when I first started watching Realms of Metal. And they call it like bubblegum metal. I think Necron was saying like large pizza, like pizza metal.
There's a lot of that on Relapse Records and Nuclear Blast and shit I see, and I'm just completely turned off. Truthfully, if I see that label in a band more times than not, I'm just like, I ain't even bothering.
If I see that, I don't go either. I like thrash, and so I saw it through a different vessel, like you were saying. I saw it through Eddie. Like even Barry, I think Barry was in the chat talking about Objector, right? Those guys. So yeah, fair enough. Hey, we're grown up. I can take
30 seconds.
One and
I'd have to hear more.
I'd have to hear more. Megan's brought 2 fucking bangers, and you've brought none. Oh, sorry, 1 shred.
Hey,
tell that pizza thrash band that fucking Bloodstorm thinks they're ass.
1 and 1.
Right?
No, I don't think they're ass. They probably play better than I do.
But keep in mind, I picked some shit, which was like one's over here and one's down there.
I'm one guy with that thought put in a position where I'd have to choose.
But that's all it ever is, though, Chris, isn't it?
Right, I'm trying not to think as a musician in a band too. I'm trying to think as a guy hearing it and going, and put that on the road. I have to think. I have to take my head out of the band. As a band guy, every band deserves a chance to open. If they got the tools and they bring it to the table and they're hungry for it, give them the stage and give them a chance. But if I'm not in the band and I have to think as an A&R rep guy, whatever thing, I'd have to hear more of them before I would say yes.
Yeah.
All I can say is Rick Rubin took Aerosmith, washed up Aerosmith, and gave them a #1 hit and brought that band back from the dead for better or for worse. So you could be their Rick Rubin, but at this point you're saying you're passing on Pizza Thrash Shredbeard.
Well,
that's not just Pizza Thrash. I mean, that's just part of. I mean, it's they don't call themselves
too much
that.
sunshine. I can
if you
see
look
where
up
you live.
Objector and Heavy Metal Metal Archives, it does not say Pizza Thrash. It just says
Mr.
like
West Coast over
thrash
there bringing the
metal,
happy.
How new are they and where are they from?
Belgium is all I know. Belgium. I don't know what city or.
They don't
whatever.
sound Belgium, do they, Chris? They sound like fucking West
They
Coast.
sound like they're from Los Angeles or San Francisco.
Which is
and
why
is that a strike against them, isn't it?
That's where I'm from.
Because here's this. All right, let me before we get. I won't take too long. Here's my thing about that scene. Metallica first 3 albums, brilliant. Slayer, brilliant. Dark Angels first 2 albums, brilliant. Exit Spine by Bud, brilliant. Testament's first album, brilliant. Possessed the first 3 albums, and then they went away, brilliant. After that, Death Angel, good for 1 album. All them albums after that, I'm bored. Really? Back in the 80s, hearing that? Cancel that.
Chris,
Flush that
fair,
shit
dude.
out.
Totally
Out.
fair, dude. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Exodus took too long to bring out Predators of the Flesh.
Yeah.
And it didn't even it didn't even get halfway to the great potential like Bound by Blood, which are big shoes to fill. Out. Testament, New World Order.
Go for it, Lee.
It's a little too big. They got ballady. Out.
I'm a Pleasures of the Flesh guy. We could argue that. Oh no,
we switched it on the edge of the seat.
I'm a Zetro man. I'm a Zetro guy. I like Zetro. I think Brain Dead. I think that fucking album was killer. But I will respect your decision that you will not take Shred's band out on tour. But you know, the Exodus comment might have been uncalled for. But
the Belgian people are not offended. You know what I mean? And neither am I. It was a long shot. I knew it when I picked it.
Trust me, I'll be lucky to get 1 across the board on this one. I went.
I'm sorry, I got held on go too long. Remember, I'm thinking as a promoter A&R rep guy.
Yep.
Not a band guy.
All right, Miss A.
No one asked for my opinion, but I really like that.
That's okay. I like it, but at the present day time, the way the scene is, there's so many of those type of bands. It could get lost. What I'm hearing is great potential, consistent, fast, punishing beats, which I like. But if I'm an A&R guy and I got to put them, I'd have to hear more of what they're doing. I'd have to go past them and look at somebody else first.
Okay.
You're so much nicer than me. Megan, I don't disagree with you, but good. I think Chris said, I'm like, holy shit. If I put it on Sirius XM, fucking whatever the ones I listen to, there's like 5 metal stations on there. I'm like, oh, heard that a little bit, but I'm not changing it. I'm going to leave it in and turn it up. because it's fucking heavy as fuck.
It's got a groove, right? But the production is 2026 all over the shop. So that's why I picked it, because I'm like, it's got the 2026 production. Okay.
It's cool.
So that's I'll have to hear more, but maybe I'm gonna put that in the no because we didn't get a yes.
I have to hear more than that. Yeah, if I have to base it strictly on the mindset of A&R rep guy, would I put? Yeah, I have to think of that way, not a band guy, like I said.
And can I also add that is being classed now in 2026 as black metal, which I'm a little bit concerned about.
Oh, caca, dude.
I would call that. I would call that like I would call that. Well, I would call that like Black Death.
All right. Miss A, can you throw up the photo of the band? So you can wait before you do that. Can you throw up the photo of the band that I put in there? Yeah. So that's what they look like.
Oh.
So they're putting themselves up as a black metal.
Oh, sorry.
Is that their band name?
Yes.
Bright Night.
The Fright Night. No. The band's called something I can't pronounce. Hoc Est Bellum or some shit. But
okay.
It's whatever it is, but you can't read that anyway. If that's on a t-shirt, it's like, it's pretty.
Yeah.
And that's what the band looks like. So that has been
I like the eyeballs.
There's a lot going on there.
That's a lot going on there. So it didn't sway you. It didn't sway you.
Yeah, you're like, what band is that? It's the Dragon.
The next one is a little bit more old school. All right.
Okay, let's
go with that.
Yes.
Let's see what this does for you.
Not bad. Again, if I'm jamming that in the truck, I'm not.
Yeah, it's going to sound good in the car, right? You don't have to think about it.
And I want everyone around me to be offended by it as I crank it out of my windows as loud as I can with my train horns going. Okay, anyways, what do we got, Miss A?
Last band. Let's go. Rolling the dice. Maybe we don't have the last band. It was up for a second.
She's got it. She's
got it. All right.
Give her a moment.
Here we go.
Welcome to.
Let's get past this.
Right.
No, we need to hear your pitch.
For real.
Not an impressed look that Chris has. There we go. I thought it was kind of close to the Goreaphobia kind of feel. I thought he might or may not, but I took my chance. We saw them live the other night, and they were pretty cool.
The cell was the voice. I liked the way the playing was going, the structure, and when it kicked into it, I'm like, ooh, that's cool. It could be like a Death Row song, like off of Raging Steel or something like that to me.
I saw that you got taken out of it when the blast beats were there. The blast beats don't do it for you. That seems to be the
well, it's not that really, Lee. It's not really so much that. It's when it's like that, I just need to hear more of it. Like, look, here's the thing. I love Transylvanian Hunger. For me, that's my favorite Dark Throne album. I love it to death, start to finish. I do love that sound and that style. However, it takes a certain sort of atmospheric, the song, the instrument sound, or the recording itself needs to take an instrumental life form with the instruments going on at the same time for that to really sell me on keeping my interest. If that makes, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I think of it that way. That's the thing that'll lock me in. Yeah. So out of all of them, there's only really two I'd have to hear more of.
All right.
That was my A&R head, and I had to sit here and think, if I was a record label guy and I only had so much, I'm going to put these guys, I'm going to sign them, I'm going to put them on the road to sign. Will they do good based on hearing that? Like I said, take away the band thing, I got to think of it as a bit. Yeah, I would stick.
Does it sway you if I told you that the singer wears a Party City cloak?
No, okay. It is. It's
no, goddamn, that was my
It's a red cloak. No, it was a red cloak. I saw a glimpse of this. They sent me a video.
Because I love
He's the only one in the band with it. It's really cool, Chris. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it was very cloaky. If you like cloaks.
Well, but he was the only one. He was going the hardest, dude. He was going the hardest. All right. And
hey, I'm trying to sell this band. I'm bringing the band to the table.
I'm helping you. I've
gotten a yes on that.
I thought I was helping you. I thought.
Well, we do have a surprise one. We have one more. Miss A brought this one up, and we saw this band too, and they were very good. Different type of band again.
Okay.
Play the whole song though this time.
No,
fuck's sake.
We got 10 minutes, and I got a question.
Oh, I wanted to hear a whole song. Anyway,
if it wasn't fair than the other ones, that might change my mind.
Yeah, right. Give him a minute, maybe.
Oh, minute.
How do you love it?
Yeah, I would take them. I would put my money on them.
Okay. Hey, and Chris, can you see the chat?
Not on my phone. I can't. No, if I look up here, I'm not paying attention. I
want you to do something.
Yes.
Can I show it to you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Well, something
very special because you're a special guest, and I wanted you to have the honor. We have the vinyl, and it's signed by all of the bands. Right? They were very cool. They gave us this to give away, and I want you to give it away in the chat to someone that you think is worthy, that you see in the chats when you're on. When you're fucking doing your thing, you always see these people. Can you pick someone out of there for us?
Oh, God. Okay.
That vinyl right there, that is the band we just heard, and all the band members signed it, and they're local Philly guys. And they're
wow. Nice to know. Nice to know.
Just saying, Bob Kelly seems like he might know.
Zach. Give it to Zach. Give it to Zach.
Zach Attack.
Zach D7R. Yeah, give it to him.
Zach is fucking winning big time through this fucking show.
I see a lot of the same people here, but Zach, he actually talks to me outside of things. So he'll send me responses to when I do Carl's show, when I did Francisco's show, and now he's here. So give it to that. Give it to him.
Nice.
He's the first one I told him
I love Zach. The Flat Brims Prez, by the way, the original Flat Brimmer. Congratulations,
Zach. You are a winner.
Chris, that was an amazing pick, man. Totally.
It's not no offense to everybody else, man. I keep seeing him.
Yeah, and we have his address too. Conveniently, we're prepared to say
he won something last week too.
Well,
and I've just been speaking to him recently too. And
yeah, Zach's.
I think I had him on the phone with me about 4 hours. I think he had me on the phone. Megan knows my conversations, so I think I had
minimum 4 hours.
Always. I've heard Zach's a bit of a talker.
but my conversations are with my daughters, man, a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. What am I going to do, you know?
Yeah.
I do have one question now that you've gotten that out the way, which thank you for giving that away because I was trying to figure out how the fuck can we do this. So
it's on me, man. People are going to get pissed at me. I'm sorry. Next time, ladies and gentlemen. And Bob, when I'm back up in Philly, probably more easier catch up with you somewhere sometime.
Yeah. Bob's another guy who deserves some stuff, I gotta say.
Yeah.
All right, so here's this question I give to everyone who's a metal guy, and
Oh,
you know
here we
what?
go. I love this one.
Because Megan, can you ask this with more of a vocal? More of a. Can you voice this? Ask the question and try to get across what I try to say. Because you know the question, right?
I know what question.
Okay, so we're not gonna go to Megan anymore. Megan's.
I mean, you know, act like we have
Megan
this
knows I don't
music.
get offended. She knows I don't get
Earlier,
offended.
it changed the rules earlier too.
yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
You're never too young to have a Vietnam flashback.
A friend of the channel has this belief, and I am 100% sold on it.
Oh, here we go.
Black metal, black metal, the starts of it, where it came from, and you could probably give us a whole thing of it. But do you consider black metal, or do you consider black metal to be only black metal when it has more atmosphere?
I'm going by black metal the way Venom did it, because that's where I learned it first. They coined the term. They came up with it. It belongs to them. They kind of dictated the sound, the energy, the lyrical content, the look, the attitude. They had it most. Yes, there was others there, but nobody did it as best as Venom. And Venom were, by history, the only band to say we are black metal. That's what we play. That's our music. It's Venom. You got hard rock, heavy metal, punk. You got even shit like Elvis and Sex Pistols mixed into some of those influences. It's Venom's way. I'm 55 years old, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only time I heard it. And they kind of set the standard. Because after that, you get Hellhammer, you get Bathory. Okay, Merciful Fate was there doing their thing, but they didn't call themselves black metal. Venom, black metal. So with black metal, whatever Venom is, that's it.
So you're going to say metal. It's
metal.
It's metal.
Sure.
All right, okay.
I think so.
Lee. Chris,
look, I like the path less taken, and that's what I'm going with.
I understand that, because here's the thing: it does like music should. And I learned this from Lemmy too. This is another listening to that guy forever. He, and Susie Clocker is another one. There's a room for everybody. There's room for everything and everybody, and everybody's going to have their taste. And you, my friend, can't be wrong for how you think you feel about the music you love. You can't. Me telling you your taste is bad, it's wrong. For me, the way I am, telling somebody their taste sucks is a karmatic sin. I don't believe in doing that. Your taste is your taste, period. I'm the kind of guy that the more somebody tells me, I had it, oh, why do you listen to Tina Turner, 3 Degrees? Oh my God. The more they say it, I love them 10 times more. I start loving those ladies more and more. I'm like, you just proving my point why I love it more.
Yeah.
But you have that shit attitude about it.
No.
Do I love it more than Motorhead and Venom? No. But that's a whole different spectrum. Metal's the thing that I gravitate everything to. That's the cherished world I have. The other stuff is there and I love it, but it's outside the field of my working.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think Venom had atmosphere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, what would you say it was? Because I would say
pure chaotic energy.
Oh shit!
Pure chaotic energy, unrelented, unconditioned. You never knew it was going to happen. It just fucking came at you. Well, bam, boom, and that was it. And nobody did it like that at that time the way they did it. Boom, and it just, I can't get it out of my heart and soul. So for me, and also my energy level as a kid, dude, I was starting fires and blowing shit up in the parking lot and shit. And
yeah, boy.
We were destructive kids. So, we were all about Mad Max. So that energy of music resonated with that street level of expression.
It goes together perfectly.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm talking as a
generation.
It's
a generational thing too, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, fair. Absolutely fair, Chris.
How gorgeous is it that we started the same topic as how we finished it?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I never changed.
Poetry.
Call the callback, Lee.
Diamante. Yeah, that's the album. That's it, man.
Oh wait, that's the person.
Okay.
You gotta,
Man.
okay, I'm in.
Well,
I gotta
Blood Man.
listen now. Does it sound like
I know who she is.
It's awesome. It's not metal. It's not rock. It's not
Yoko Ono though. Just
no.
going,
Oh God, no.
Okay,
she's a fucking natural disaster. She's just a turd that did not flush.
Oh, Chris, fuck yeah, dude.
I hate her for destroying the Beatles. But you know what?
Life on that one.
John Lennon was lonely. He really didn't have a mother that lasted a long. She died young, and he didn't have a father that was around. Yoko was the first time he actually felt love for somebody besides Paul.
And she manipulated the
and that was it.
Out of him. Just kidding. Sorry.
She came in and he was vulnerable.
I know. I'm just.
And that will take over. Your human needs take over. It's hard. He's a human being. It's hard.
Yeah.
I love folly in people. I love the fact that how Eddie Clark and Filthy Phil fist fought each other, but they got on that stage. They were like this.
Yeah.
They were like this, but then they get done playing. They were just they finished their fight, got done, drank beers and goofed around, and they were buddies. Nobody could touch each other. They were like, I have your back and I have yours. It was in their best interest to be that way with each other. And I think a lot of people lost that simplistic way in music. Nobody
selfish.
I shouldn't say most. I'm sorry, Shred. I shouldn't say everybody. I think a lot of people in bands, when it comes to outside, they don't have each other's back when it comes to what they're trying to achieve and create together. Nobody has each other's back. It becomes divided really fast because it's trying to meet the internet's devouring needs of attention. And it just destroys the credibility of what the heart and soul brought those guys in that room together. So I don't need TikTok and Instagram. I don't need it. I don't need it. I just need this and this. And I'll be fine, man.
I don't need it, he says. I don't need it. I'm sure that resonates with Megan. Her Italianness, I feel, is like you just.
She gets it. Right? She knows.
I don't need you.
Paisan.
Yeah.
The only other ladies that put boots to asses in that area up there are the black and Latino ladies. You don't give them shit. They'll break the foot off in your ass.
Yeah.
No, it's not all, but most.
Mexican lady, yeah, I do feel you're in a way.
They're one way or the other. They're one way or the other. There's no in between. Well, I don't know what I feel today.
Oh God, she wants me to do
this or it's this. Okay. And those are the ladies I get along with.
Yeah, we gotta fucking wrap up. But dude, what a fucking amazing conversation! I had fun.
How long
I like.
Yeah.
That's 2 hours, man. That was
man.
Dude, yeah, because you know why? Because these fucking people got jobs. Like I say, everyone should quit and just do a massive walkout and just watch metal shows. But no one believes. No black metal question. No one agrees with me.
Good idea, though, Lee.
There we go.
Does anybody have make me pick or choose? That I thought we were doing that kind of stuff.
No, do you know what? This is what I want to do. I want to have you back because I've thought of something when we've been talking about this, and I was like, I want to give you 4 or 5 bands. Megan do the same, Shred do the same, and Miss A. And I want to give you a very quick story of how I found this band, and then I want you to fill in that blank of how that meant on the other side of the world or the other side of the country or at that particular time. I want to hear those because those stories are where you fucking. Almost the fucking halo comes out and the shining and it's fucking amazing, and that's what
thanks for saying that. I just happen to I guess live in a time where I didn't get high and drunk, so I paid attention to everybody and I just watched everybody outside. I paid attention to music. I let it create me, and I was able to put the social environment into that creative bubble of how the environment was affecting me and what my creative side was expressing to me. Yeah. And that's the world I made, and I never changed it.
Keeping it straight, dude. Like a skateboarding comparison. I'm an old washed up skateboarder. You were the Tony Hawk of fucking underground metal in a way, dude. You didn't. Tony Hawk got made fun of, and everyone said, "Oh, you don't drink, you don't." He didn't do any of this shit. But guess what he did? He was the fucking best skater in the world and learned tricks. And he just watched exactly. It's funny you said that. I mean, It's like a TED Talk almost hearing you say that. I was like, holy shit. I've heard Tony say this a million times. Like, I just had to sit and watch. And I wasn't, I was always kind of, and he was considered like uncool. You were at least considered super fucking cool in like our circles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was cool to certain people, but
Right. I mean, we're all in this. We're all in this. Unfortunately, the same rock here at the same time period in the universe, going around the Milky Way on its arm at the same time. We're doing this all thing, and it's human synchronicity. I'm just trying to make the best of what I got and enjoy it with people that love music as much as I do. But I love everybody's different views and opinions and outlooks. It fascinates me. It does. I don't expect everybody to like what I like, but it fascinates me what people get out of things and what they don't. And I don't think anybody's wrong for that. If anything, I always told the kids on my school bus, it's always good to have differences. The idea of everybody is the same is a criminal falsehood to your spiritual growth. You will never grow if you think of yourself as the same as everybody next to you. You are not. You are this individual in this time and space the universe has given you to do something with that energy you got right now on this clock before you take it to your next realm. You've got to make it count, because your next life's going to carry whatever burden you do here or whatever you achieve here is going to reward you or damn you for the next time. Appreciate your time and effort with people that matter to you. Be yourself 110%. Never sway. Never be afraid to step outside the box. Never change who you are, because you get loved for it more than you're hated. Even though people will say to your face they don't like it, but you will get respect for it. And I'd rather people like me for the right reasons than the wrong ones. I'd rather be hated for everything that I love than liked for everything that I'm not.
So would you disagree with a poser alert?
No. This
No. That was gold.
Attaboy.
That was gold.
Attaboy.
Hey, Fraser, we're not the only ones. That's it. Yeah, I'm patting myself on the back.
And when I get up to Philly, I'm going to reach out. Shred, it was wonderful to meet you at the fest.
I love meeting you as well.
When I get the chance, so I'm never going to say never, but whenever I do get the chance, I'm going to play playing back down in Texas someday. I don't know why. My daughters they're almost getting old enough. They're getting there. They're getting close. Megan, I'm going to see you, and Lee, and I got to come over. You're across the bridge. Yeah, I'm going to be close to the Bessie Ross Bridge. I got to come over.
Minutes away. Yeah, come on. Bring the kids. Miss A loves kids, especially girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to bring them along, and you and I can just fucking go head to head on our shit that we liked as kids.
Yes. What's up, Miss A?
I'm sorry if I'm buzzing, guys.
Whatever, Buzz Lightyear. Just kidding.
Sorry. When you get back, come on over. Bring the girls. I have since I teach here, I have a whole waiting room downstairs full of toys and all kinds of stuff that the girls.
Yeah, we'll lock them in there.
Yeah, they'll have
My daughter Cassandra's an artist. She will love it.
I have a whole art whole art area set up. I've got markers and paints and pencils and everything you can think of. So, and it's all kid friendly, and nobody can break anything, so they'll have a great time. Stop, cat.
They can't. Records are right near that up.
She left me this on my computer before I came up here to do the interview.
Oh, there we go.
It's so echoey.
He made me that.
Oh God, sorry.
Sorry about the delay.
Okay.
It's fucking gone after I do it. No, man, you got it. You're welcome. You know what? We'll fucking live stream that conversation. All right, we'll fucking do a campfire at our fucking place.
That's a campfire, bro, for you guys. Absolutely.
Because I come from a different part of the world, right? And I mean, I got these experiences completely different to how you got them, and I think it's interesting.
Came from my favorite part of the world, Australia. That's my favorite part of the world.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but you know what? Like, we had things that you guys didn't have.
Man.
You had the fucking necrovores. We didn't have the necrovores. We didn't get Goreaphobia, but I can tell you the bands that we respected like that. And then you could say, well, yeah, fucking I'd heard of them, or no, I've never. We had an alternate universe, and I think it's interesting if we discuss that. And I think great, let's do it around some campfires with some kids.
You had AC/DC, Bon Scott, Mad Max, Rose Tattoo, Cheetah.
Dude, we had a whole fuck ton of shit.
We had, you almost got like Bogan on there. He's like, well, I saw his whole.
Listen here, Chrissy.
I almost got a little like,
Even though Peter Jackson's a Kiwi and not an Aussie, he's still in that location.
We kind of take him on, but I always love the He fucks corpses. I love that fucking line. He's one of those necrophiliacs.
Everything in an Australian accent is so much like cooler
Like
and
kick ass for the Lord.
It's. I texted Lee the other day. I texted Lee and Miss Dan, like, "Have you guys seen this Australian comedian Jeff McCann or whatever his name? Like James McCann." I'm like, "Holy shit, you're gonna love him," because he was. I mean, it was. Oh my god. Sorry, just Australian accent makes everything better. Good, bad, evil, whatever. It's so fitting for the situation, no matter what. Inappropriate, appropriate, you name it. It feels right. It feels. Still want to hang out with that guy too. Love that guy.
Well, Bob, that was my introduction to Australia. He run ACDC. They would run his truck.
But they can't come from UK. You know what I mean? We take them as ours, but because we haven't really got much more to fucking take. We even take Mel Gibson, even though he wasn't from Australia.
He was from New York originally.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But, you know, he's close enough. We'll take him. We'll take him.
You accept him for his just hate.
Yeah, hey, I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story how I couldn't be in the last Mad Max film because I was too fat. That's a great story.
Oh my god!
Oh man, that's so sad.
I was too fat to be in the fucking apocalypse. There was fat fucks in the apocalypse before. Like, I'm sure I just hadn't lost the weight yet. Like,
how do you explain Lord Humongous?
Well, Lord Humongous wasn't fat. He was
chubby. Man. He was a little chubby.
You're talking about the fucking the other guy. No, Lord Humongous was raw. He was jacked up.
He was kind of
man.
Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Unacceptable!
Oh my god! Okay.
Oh,
no, we gotta get going. I would like to let all the hosts and then Chris kind of close us out. Megan, please, young lady, your final thoughts, please. And we will also shout out all the wonderful things you do.
Yeah, we couldn't shut you up all the time, Megan.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Look, I'm just having a hangout. No, Chris, you're literally one of my favorite people ever. So I'm glad we got to do this. I feel like you and I are, always on, doing live streams and stuff, but I've never bet on one together. So this is cool. And I do Ethereal Visions Art, Gemini Archives. Lauren and Quinn were in the chat. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, Megan.
We'll have a new podcast soon. Yeah. And when we hang out, we'll do an in-person episode with you. If you would like to come back. The last time we had Chris on, it was 2018. I checked recently. That was too long ago. So I can't do math, but yeah. So there it is, Gemini Archives, if you would like to subscribe to it. But yeah, no, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait for you to come back. I'm so happy you're coming back up. This is fun as hell. Like, it's so funny because you and I, we have plenty of conversations on the phone, and
we're like cousins. We're like related somehow.
Yeah, I know. So,
we are.
It's just I know where your mind's at, and that's why I kind of was just I need everyone else to.
Oh, I'm goofy. I'm a goofy MFer. I am.
Well,
you see
so
me on a cool box.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this is great. Thanks for having me on again, guys. This is fun as hell.
What I mean, you're part of the crew.
You are.
That'd be like me thanking Shred for something.
Now.
Fuck that guy.
I know, Lee. I know. He's always finding ways to keep me as the third wheel. He's like, and I'm like, oh, whatever, Lee. Use the idea, man. So I sort of roll with it most of the time. But I'm not a follower. Anyway, no. But no, Megan, you are a featured host, or whatever you would prefer to be called on this show, and we love having you. Yeah. So yeah.
That's.
Talk to you soon, Meg.
Oh, thanks.
Let's get out of here and go to bed and have some.
Chris, thank you for coming on. It was an absolute pleasure. Oh, she's going through. Okay, Lord Decker, go check out. Melanie loves death metal, heavy metal, throws of metal, Deadly Grounds Coffee. Put in the discount on my FOMORIAN. I can't do as fast as she can.
More Productions, buy some stuff.
Do it, Lee, with the Australian accent. Go throw records. Aaron,
they don't fuck dead people hard. They like fucking music.
This
guy has a drum machine. That guy catches.
This guy catches fight. This guy is super offensive. Oh wait, no, the other guy.
That guy's already done and buy the tape. And then Goreaphobia. They're a great band. Catch them live, back in.
Yeah. Oh, see, these are all the bootlegs I got. I stole these off the internet. Oh, and the excellent T-shirts and long sleeves, by the way. Goreaphobia and Bloodstorm. Chris is amazing, man. Met him in real life. Got you. There we are.
There we go.
We return to Tone Joe.
There's that guy, sketchy boy.
Sketchy boy.
That guy again.
That guy again. Wait, what the fuck is with that Warhammer ad?
I don't know, but I picked up an extra subscriber, so fuck yeah. I'm at
Oh,
565.
right.
If you ever need advice about getting subs, Chris, 565 over here, buddy.
About what? About getting what?
I've got
Getting followers.
subscribers to your TikTok account.
Oh,
I've got 565 to YouTube. That translates to any
Cranking
fucking
it,
language
man.
you want. Yeah,
That
man.
advice go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Old Croc Cheese, by the way.
And fuck you for bringing that shit up. You always do it.
I still have some in my fridge, but I probably
I'm
got
going to be
to throw it
doing
out.
one more show with Carl.
Oh,
Listen,
nice. When's that
wanna
shouting
get-
out?
I'm going to be doing one more show with Carl
Before you
Necron
move?
on his Witching Hour on July the 8th. He's going to let me do my top 25 most influential bands from my whole career, spanning from Goreaphobia all the way up to now. I picked 25 bands with a song that I thought was one of the most influential songs out of their discography. Not the only one, but one of the most, because that's hard. But I did 25, and he gave me the green light to do that. So on July 8th, I'm going to do my most 25 influential bands of consistency of my whole life in metal, only in heavy metal, not in rock or anything else. And I'm going to go through 25, and I'm going to pick a song that I think is one of their best.
And you'll be back in Philly at that point, right?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm going to be back in Philly probably August the 3rd. I think I'm going to be back up there.
Okay. Nice.
I have to wait for my kids to come back from their trip in Virginia. They're going up for a month, and they already got their plane tickets, so they're going up there for a month.
No.
I gotta wait here till they come back. Give about 2 days to just sleep. Hop in my pink piece of shit black van and truck up to Philadelphia with my kids and my cats.
Kids and the cats.
That's a road trip.
Go check out his appearance, not this Wednesday, but the following.
July
Is that this Wednesday?
July
That's
8th.
coming up
No.
this Wednesday, right?
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. The following Wednesday. That's right.
Yes.
My head's scrambled. 2 Wednesdays from now.
Yes.
Chris, another episode on Necron over there, the Witching Hour. Those have been epic, by the way. I've thoroughly enjoyed
you.
those.
Thanks.
I've been able to catch those. There's certain nights where I can't catch stuff, but dude, again,
Poser.
your playlist and the way, fuck you, whatever, dude. I love that show. I can't catch them a lot. I try to catch all your stupid pregame shows. Love those too, by the way. They're not stupid. I love Lee's, my bestie.
Did you like Gangster Rock from Graduation Day? Did that stick in your head?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Dude, totally, dude. Totally.
I love that part.
That was great.
And the drummer reminds me of Russ Proscriptor, because that's exactly how he used to practice in Abju when they were fighting. He used to bang his head like that, and he had the hairdo the same way. When I was like, oh my god, it's like Russ. It's like Russ.
All right.
Awesome.
Go check this. Go and listen. If for those of you that aren't in the know, if you rewatch this or whatever, go check out Bloodstorm, Absu, and all the above. Goreaphobia. This man's been in the heavy metal scene for a long time. A living legend in my mind and in many of our minds. I know the chat would say the same. Go ahead, Megs. I'm sorry.
Check out the Bloodstorm YouTube channel. I put up all kinds of old live footage and shit like that many years ago. But yeah, if you want to see some cool old footage of Chris playing like Milwaukee Metal Fest and some other shit, some like, I think there's a Goreaphobia rehearsal on there. I think I put up. Yeah, go. It's Bloodstorm Official Web Cult is the name of the channel. Go find it and go watch that shit.
Check them out.
Because it
we
will
go.
Come out right there. There it is, right there. There it is, right there.
There you go.
All right, Metalheads, we will see you all next week. It is 4th of July. I am going down. I'll be out of town, but I will be back Sunday for the show. And hopefully we'll have some fun stories from some 4th of July.
We might have a special guest on that. We might.
Really? Okay,
I
Lee's
don't know.
got a tease. Lee with the tease. Oh, what am I say?
Chris, stick around after the show. Bye.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so get out of here. Fucking hit the button.
Get out of here. See you all next week, Metalheads. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Miss A. Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
We will see you all next week on the Mayhem Sundays. This was a great show. Love you all. Metalheads.
A&R rep.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Miss A here. I just came in to interrupt this show to remind you guys to fucking smash that like button. Hit it. Subscribe. Fucking share it. Comment. It's free. Just do it, man. Look, this guy's doing it. He's hitting that button. He's hitting the subscribe. It's free, you cheap fucks.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Where's Becky? She's taking a shit.
I'm gonna kick his ass, and then I'm gonna kick your ass.
You're not gonna touch
me. And then I'm gonna kick it like rock death.